The second game of 5 exhibition matches in the Team USA showcase to get ready for the 2024 Paris Olympics. Yesterday afternoon out in Abu Dhabi. It was an early start here stateside around noon Eastern time. And the Americans against the Australians were booked as a 20.5 point favorite. Pre-game over-under, yes, albeit for an exhibition, 188 and a hook. It was Team USA in its first exhibition match last week against Canada, who has the second best price, maybe the second best outlook for the Olympic Games, winning and covering by 14 in a highly defensive game. Not necessarily the case yesterday in Abu Dhabi. Team USA victorious, 98-92 the victory for the Americans, but the Aussies easily cover in a much more competitive game than the 20.5 point pregame number might indicate. 188.5 does go over as well. DRS, anything that Team USA should be concerned by after this second exhibition match against the Australians?
No, because they're just trying to find their legs at this point right now. And also keep in mind, you're out in Vegas, you're flying to Abu Dhabi, you're playing a team that you're really in game plan for. You're just saying everybody's going to get about 20 minutes, get your shots up, and we'll see what happens. And also, Team USA wasn't behind in this game or didn't play lackluster effort. They were up by about 25 points at one point, I believe, and let it simmer down to a closer score at the end of the game. But I'm not worried about that either way at this point. It's just a team looking almost like an exhibition where it's like, is anybody shocked? Like, oh my God, Kansas City went 1-2 in the exhibition season in the NFL. Like, nobody cares about that because you're just trying to get your reps in at this point. And also the better players, and yes, there are better players than some here on the Olympic team, are going to get many more minutes than the other players who are undeserving of that. And that's not a fair word to say, but you get the point here. They're starters and there's guys coming off the bench for a reason here. Team USA is going to be just fine. I don't look at this game and say, oh no, they're in a little bit of trouble now. Once they get to the Olympics, you'll find out exactly what's going down in games 1 and games 2 to see if Team USA is formidable, which we know they are, but just how formidable of an opponent they will be.
DRS, did you check the rundown, by the way? Did you see the tweet, the official game score graphic from the USA basketball team account? What is the upside down? Good day, mate. Is that like down under?
No, like everything, exactly. They're upside down in Australia.
But why is it upside down?
Because Australia is down there, so it's flipped upside down, right? Everything's backwards typically too. And that we flushed before that it goes backwards. You know what I mean? Good day.
Right. I get what you're saying. Right now it's winter despite it being summer. I kind of get what you were saying. Also in there, did you check out the USAB box score and game cast? Every stat and number you could hope for from the exhibition match. The Americans actually shot it pretty well. 53.9% from their 2-point shots, 41.4 from 3, but 18 turnovers to only 13 out of Australia. Here was the leading statistical performers yesterday for Team USA. AD in both exhibition matches, a double-double, 17 points, 14 boards yesterday against Australia. Anthony Edwards into the starting 5 yesterday. The Ant-Man, 13 points against the Canadians, 14 points yesterday against Australia. Devin Booker chimed in with 16 as well. I believe there were only 5 Americans in double figures in the first exhibition match against Canada, 6 yesterday. LeBron, Embiid, and Bam Adebayo checking in there. 0 minutes recorded yesterday for Nigel Hayes-Davis and Micah Potter, the noted Wisconsin alums who played in the opening exhibition match in Las Vegas. TBD on if those two made the trip to Abu Dhabi with Team USA.
Yeah, and also I don't see Derek White showing up in 8 minutes, and we know that Kevin Durant's still trying to get over that injury before he hits the lineup. But I am on the USA Basketball website, and I do have my calculator out trying to determine who actually scored as many points. So it's good that we have the graphic up there to show you exactly, because apparently Team USA doesn't like points and doesn't let you see how many points anybody scores here. You got to do it on your own, which is ridiculous having said that. But I'll tell you what else is ridiculous. Having like 15 warm-up games before we actually get to the Olympics and playing in Abu Dhabi, but it is what it is. I guess there's a reason for it. We just need to get to the Olympics so we can actually start seeing this team ready to go in a full gas situation.
Next up is Nikola Jokic and the Serbians, also in Abu Dhabi. The USA yesterday was greater than a $5 favorite at minus 510 to win the Olympic gold medal. Maybe a couple of issues that need to be solved. 30 cents of movement off that price but still very strong at minus 480. Canada remains in that second best position at 11-1. France at 13-1. Serbia, the fourth best number, at 19-1. The Aussies move up the board at 60-1 right now. Team USA still a very strong favorite, but maybe some more drama around the Americans, as we shared in our opening segment. The Clippers president of basketball operations, Lawrence Frank, issued a statement yesterday that he was, quote, very disappointed in Team USA for removing and replacing Kawhi Leonard as a part of the American roster. Frank even adding that he was at the first two practices for Team USA at training camp in Las Vegas and noted that Kawhi Leonard looked A-okay and that the Clippers wanted Kawhi to play as a part of this American roster at the Paris Olympics, exactly contradicting Team USA's statement that Kawhi Leonard, in conjunction with the Clippers, wanted to get back and focus on the upcoming NBA season.
Yeah, no, and that's you can only read between the tea leaves here because we're not inside the room itself. But when he left camp, that ominous tweet from Team USA was almost like, well, both sides felt it was best that he would try to get ready for the season next year, which led to believe that there was only two things. He injured himself, which nobody heard of here, and why would Kawhi, who's always worried about getting injured, go to a USA basketball training camp and expect to play in the Olympics, knowing full well he likes his rest time here? And to be sent home with that ominous tweet, you know me, I love to pry a little bit deeper and say, that doesn't make any sense. What guy absolutely on his off season commits to Team USA, shows up and goes through training camp, and out of nowhere just decides to leave, and instead of a tweet to cover for him, Team USA, hey, look, Kawhi's a little bit stiff, felt it was best that, he owes his allegiance to the Los Angeles Clippers and getting ready for the season, we could have bought that. But the fact that that statement didn't come out, and then it let it fester for a couple days, and now you see the covering now from the Clippers side going like, no, we love Kawhi. Kawhi wanted to stay there. They just didn't want him because it just felt like the match wasn't there. And I joked about, everybody's been to practice with a player on their team that doesn't really feel like being there on that day. Hey, let's run a 5-on-5. This guy's not even walking up and down the court. Hey, man, do you really want to be here? No, I don't want to be here. All right, then get out of here. There you go. Back on a plane, back to the United States at that point here where he's out. So it's one of those things where if you're looking into it deeply, is it that big of a deal? Probably not. But apparently he didn't want to be there, and he wasn't meshing with the coaching staff and or the other players.
Yeah, some more drama last night in Las Vegas, kind of. Jaylen Brown was sitting courtside for an NBA Summer League action, and the NBC Sports Boston account was just filming him having a conversation. And you could read his lips rather clearly that Jaylen Brown was saying, Bronny doesn't seem like a pro, referring to Bronny James. Jaylen Brown this morning has come out and quote tweeted this social media video and had this to share about what was seen last night. It's a flex to have your son alongside you in the NBA. It reflects greatness and longevity. Bronny has all the tools around him to be successful. I look forward to watching his growth. The drama in the summer months here in the NBA and in basketball.
That's right, because down the line, you're probably going to have to pair with LeBron James in a couple of business ventures. You don't want to get frozen out there, so you got to start right now by saying how good Bronny James can be and what a great pro he can be, because it's best for your financial future, because LeBron James going to be an NBA owner one of these days, and you just might want to buy into that franchise that he's with and or go in on a couple options with him. Don't get mad at Bronny. It's LeBron James pulling those strings now.